you know what? We're going to just
beginning.
Fuck it. Yeah, the beginning of it, and it's fine.
Yeah. That was like the 87th clack.
Yeah, for those of you just tuning in.
Which is everybody, because I cut out all of this.
Oh, there you go.
Usually I cut out me walking in the goddamn chair and everything. But we had so many fucking clacks, I had plenty of time to get here.
This is just clicking and clacking all over the place.
That's right, goddammit. I don't know why I just started checking my phone. Like, let me just go on TikTok while we're recording.
Just gonna scroll.
Need a doom scroll.
God damn!
How you doing?
Oh, I'm fucking great. How are you?
Living the dream.
Are you?
Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna say yes.
You're not convincing me.
I don't know, man.
There's a lot going on, right?
There's a lot going on.
And then we're camping this weekend.
We sure are. Well, that's actually my goddamn then.
Is it?
Yeah, is that we're going fucking camping.
Woo woo!
And I'm super excited about it. However, I am not at all prepared for it.
Me either.
It's kind of hitting because we have to record 2. This is the night before we're going camping.
Yeah.
So we have to record 2 tonight. So I won't get home until like 11:30.
Million o'clock.
Yeah, midnight-ish. And then I have to pack.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all. It's
Actually, yeah. What is, not that everybody else here cares, but are you working tomorrow?
No.
Oh, nice. So you
Yeah.
have the day off. Okay.
Yeah. But I did make the mistake of telling them I would be in town.
Yeah, that's a terrible idea.
I did also say that I was going to try not to be sober, though. So
they know. They know.
So I was like, I'll answer, but it might not be right.
Yeah. You're not going to want that answer.
Yeah.
Well, guess what? That's my goddamn too, is that we're camping, but mine's kind of different.
Uh-oh.
So I'm in the same boat as you. I haven't packed at all. I started to put shit in the RV, like the non-perishables or whatever. Yeah. Started putting some of that in, and then it got to be way too much because my little man's home for fucking a million years right now. And so he just is so precious.
So preciously
close to my being. He's like inside of my skin 100% of the time.
I originally thought he was a tumor, but
yeah, or a parasite or something.
He kept growing.
You know what he started doing? Somebody let me know if this is normal, because this actually should probably be my goddamn. Okay. Is that my little son, who has always been obsessed with me, like since day one, which you better fucking believe I love and adore.
And also, who isn't? You know?
Yeah,
I get it.
Yeah. No, all of a sudden he wants to smell my armpits.
What?
All the fucking time. Like, he'll be like, can I smell your armpits? And then he smells them and he goes, stinky armpits.
What? Is it a joke?
And I'm like, what the fuck? I think it started off as a joke because he thought it was really funny. I was like, no way. Whatever. I made a scene. Now I literally will shove my armpit in his face and be like, yeah, go.
Just get out of here.
And then he'll be like,
get what you need to get.
It smells too clean.
Oh.
I know.
What?
And then when it stinks, he loves it. And I smell it. Just to make sure, because I don't want to smell that bad. Like, is it really bad? No, it always just smells like the end of the day deodorant. You know?
Yeah, a little oniony.
Fucking jam. And Lee was like, I want a little oniony. And Lee was like, I wonder if it's like a pheromone thing or something. And I'm like, fucking maybe, or he just thinks it's funny. But the kid, and we're at like t-ball and shit. Not t-ball. He's at brothers baseball practice. And he's shoving his nose in my goddamn armpits. I'm like, fuck, not out in the public.
Not in the world.
Where they could see us be weird together.
That's real weird, yeah.
I'm sure you'll catch it this weekend when we're camping, because I'm going to be nice and stinky.
Yeah.
He's going to love it.
Yeah, she hasn't showered in days.
Let me smell
that. He's going to get in there. Just rub it on your upper lip so you can smell it all day.
Oh my God, he's fucking disgusting.
Yeah, it's pretty gross.
Is gross.
That's pretty gross.
He loves it, though. He thinks it's so funny. I think he thinks it's just funny.
It's got to be.
I don't know, man, because he gets distinctive. Like, yeah, those are some good BO armpits.
Oh, gosh.
He'll say that sometimes.
Some good BO armpits.
I dropped so much shit just now. Sorry about that.
It was like a pill bottle and shit.
Those are my drugs.
Oh, man.
Yeah, but I'm not prepared for camping. So that's the part of my goddamn that relates to camping is that tomorrow morning with my little fucking 4.5-year-old at home, I will be loading up the entire RV. I'm pretty sure Lee's trying to help right now, but we keep yelling at him to be quiet, so I don't think he'll be able to get that far.
Knock it the fuck off.
So I'm gonna be exhausted. And then the kids get out at like 2 something, and we're allowed to go to our spot at 1, and so I don't want to wait for Lee to get home because he won't get home till fucking 5:30 or some shit, and that's the whole goddamn day in my mind. That's how math works for me.
Yeah.
And so I'm thinking...
It's almost dark.
I know.
It might be dark.
Yeah. So now I'm thinking that when my oldest gets out of school at 2 something, I'll just pick them up and then I'll drive the RV to the site so that we can enjoy a couple hours before.
I like that.
I'm all for, but I'm a little nervous to have to drive my kids in the RV with nobody watching them.
No parental supervision
while
back
I'm
there.
driving, and if they get up or something, I have to remember, like, I'm driving the RV. Like, I can't be
You can't
like,
just pop up and run to the back real quick.
yeah. Like, what if the fridge door opens? There's not another adult in the RV to help.
Yeah.
But I feel like my oldest could jump up and do it. He'll be a fucking calamity getting there and probably make it worse, but he'll try.
He's going to want to help, though, is the problem.
Yeah.
He's going to be like, actually, Mom, the DVDs aren't alphabetical.
Yeah.
I'll fix it.
I know. Yeah, exactly. Or he'll be like, let me just check on the fridge and open it and everything pour out while we're driving.
Yeah.
In the middle of me saying, don't open the fridge.
Yep. Uh-huh.
So, I mean, but the good news is we have like literally I think it's a 3-minute travel from my doorstep to where we're camping.
Yeah.
Like, it's not even 5 minutes. So
Yeah.
I'll be fine.
Yeah, you could just make them lay down in the back and they'd be fine.
But I have some anxiety about it. You know, like I'm just a logistical person. I like to know how everything's going to go and if I've done it before and all that.
have them all be strapped in and stuff.
Right. And I
Yeah.
haven't done this yet.
I actually have to drop the dogs off tomorrow in the morning. And I've never done it alone.
See, you're in the same boat of like, I know this is going to be fine, but like,
Gonna be fine.
I don't want to.
But they're both fucking 100-pound dogs.
Yeah,
So,
they are.
I'm like,
Together.
should I do them one at a time?
Girl, I do them together and I just lock them and I run in all crazy and then I'm like, here you go.
That's probably what it's going to be for me too. But then if there's another dog around or something, like that'll be a problem.
Oh, that's true. And by me, when I do it, what I meant by that is I have never once dropped them off.
You mean
like,
you do it?
no, it's like when I walk them.
Yeah.
And it's a fucking calamity.
When I fucking walk them is when I'm gathering Hank back from having escaped.
You're not trying to actively walk.
Yeah. And
But every time there's another dog, I'm like, fuck.
yeah.
When you have two big ass dogs pulling on you.
Yeah.
And like yanking you around. And
they're
one is really good and the other one's a goddamn disaster.
Both of mine are a goddamn disaster. And if there's another dog around, they're going to be barking aggressively at it.
Oh, and when they launch too, and that first launch catches you off
Oh,
guard.
God. I'm going to fucking faceplant.
Yeah.
I had one lady tell me, and they don't attack other dogs or anything. I don't think that they would, but also I don't want to deal with that, so I don't give them the opportunity. You know?
I love it.
Yeah. Well, I try to, but we were up on a walk one day, like up on the hill or whatever, and this lady came by with a little dog, and Carl started freaking the fuck out, and I was holding Carl because he's generally the easier one, but he's also the bigger one.
Eat a little dog.
Yeah, and so he started freaking the fuck out on this dog, like, I'll fuck you up. It's like a Yorkie or some shit.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Poor Toto.
And the lady goes, that dog is not friendly. And I'm like, bitch, thanks.
Oh, my God.
Thank you for your fucking astounding observational skills here. What the fuck? Can you keep walking? His owner is also not real friendly. Can you move along? What the fuck?
Did you say anything? Or
no,
was she just
I went with, no, he's not.
That's smart.
Yeah. I don't know if he is.
I usually
He
do
probably would
like a, they're friendly, but carry on. You know, like, don't pet them.
I never say they're friendly. I'm
I
like,
know.
he's probably coming for you.
He's gonna eat you. Well, I mean, mine are like teenage boys that look like they're about to piss themselves, and I'm like holding the dogs back. Like, I mean, they're not gonna kill you, but you should move. Okay. Anyway, do you want to hear about murder?
I sure do.
Oh, good. Because I got a case for you.
Have you?
Oh yeah. You ready to speculate wildly about
I've never been more ready for anything in my
everything we don't actually have any actual information for?
life. Uh-oh, no actual information.
Well, because it's me researching, you know?
It's also me.
Okay, let me rephrase that. Because it's our podcast, you know? I said goddamn.
Yeah, this, as we said, it should have been called The Gist.
Yeah. Hard and fast. Not soft and
loose.
slow. Okay, anyway, do you want to hear my case today?
I sure do.
It's about Sheila Davalloo.
Davalloo. All right.
Now, Sheila Davalloo is an Iranian-American woman who was born on May 11th, 1969 in Iran.
Okay.
When she was young, her family immigrated to the United States. There's not much that's known about her childhood, but she was a very driven woman, and in her college years, she earned herself a biochemistry degree.
Degree.
Degree. Biochemistry.
Wow, that's cool.
Did you like that?
I did.
She married her first husband, Farid Mousavi.
Mm-hmm.
Killed it. However, that marriage didn't last long because, as it turns out, Sheila had an affair.
Can't do that.
She can't do that. She had an affair with a fellow grad student that she was attending college with, and that was a man by the name of Paul Christos.
Okay. What's Paul got going on?
I'm going to tell you all about Paul. So, it doesn't seem that Sheila was that tore up over the divorce, though, or anything, because she ends up marrying Paul.
Oh, okay.
I don't know the timeline of everything, but she's sneaking and geeking. She meets Paul, whatever. Her and her first husband get a divorce, and then her and Paul get married.
Gotcha.
And he becomes her second husband.
Gotcha.
By 2003, the couple were living in a condo in Pleasantville, New York, and Sheila was working as a pharmaceutical researcher at Purdue Pharma.
Ooh.
In Stamford, Connecticut.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, I Googled because I was like, she lives in fucking New York and works in Connecticut, which I realize everybody fucking does up in those, like, states that are all mushed
nothing
together.
fucking states.
Yeah,
they're not nothing states, but they're tiny states.
They're so tiny and they're so much together, and everybody just gets around so easily. Like, just hop state lines like nothing.
Yeah.
Here
it's
you go,
like literally driving
hours.
to like Escondido.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, it literally was a 30-minute drive.
Yeah.
So, just so we're all aware. On March 23rd, 2003, Sheila and Paul were partaking in a sex game. This got spicy really quick.
A sex game?
A sex game.
Like what kind of game?
Oh, I'll tell you the kind of game.
Were there other players?
But I feel like such a like prude being like, it was a sexual game. Were there other players?
Yeah.
No, it's just her and Paul.
What kind of game is it?
I know,
Is it like
right?
Risk or like Twister, you know? What are we talking
Risk? It was more like Risk because Paul was blindfolded and then he was handcuffed to a chair.
here? Okay.
And Sheila was, as the article described, touching him with objects, which cracks me up to think it was like a sex game. Like,
What's this one? That's a cucumber, bitch. That's an asparagus stalk. I mean, she's in the kitchen, right? Did you say they were in the
just
kitchen?
like a spoon on the cheek.
Did I just imagine they're in the kitchen?
I think so. You did.
Damn
it. I don't know if they were in the kitchen. I have no idea where they were.
Why? I don't know why I pictured like literally I pictured your high school trailer
Oh no!
in that kitchen.
Just playing sex games.
Hell yeah, like with the window, like the door to outside right there.
The sliding glass door window.
Yeah.
And you're just sitting there with a cucumber rubbing ever so
Blindfold.
gently against your ear.
Tickling him with an asparagus stalk.
That's an asparagus. I like my idea of just the spoon, you know, just like touching them with it. Like,
Yeah.
Can you guess it? And I like, can you move it?
Can you slide it a little?
Okay, so they're playing a sex game. Paul's handcuffed to a chair, and Sheila's touching him with shit.
Now, is he handcuffed to the chair
Seductively.
or handcuffed sitting in a chair?
I think he's handcuffed to the chair.
Okay.
Like, he cannot get away.
Okay.
Otherwise, he would get away.
Uh-oh.
Because what happens next is while they're playing the game, Sheila's like, what's this? And then fucking stabs him with a paring knife.
Jesus Christ. Where?
I don't know if she said, what's this?
What's
in
this?
The chest. In the
Feel
chest.
this shit.
Yeah,
what?
can you guess this fucking object? Shank in the chest. Twice. Shank, shank.
A paring knife?
A paring knife.
That's not long.
They don't go that deep. And
Was
what
she
if that's like
trying
your
to
good,
kill him?
That's your good paring knife to like peel potatoes and shit. You can never use that again. I have a special knife that I use.
I'm going to get you a potato peeler. That's all
fucking
I heard from
hate
this fucking
Potato
conversation.
peelers. I will never use it.
All right.
I will unhinge my thumb to peel a potato.
That's fair. This makes a good potato.
When ain't nobody
Ooh.
need a goddamn vegetable peeler in this house. I got a paring knife.
I
Anyway.
can't imagine stabbing someone in the chest, first of all, because especially if you're looking at a person who is blindfolded, you have a lot of options, right? You got a lot of real estate to work with. Where are you stabbing? The chest? It's so
And you started the
hard.
game knowing what you were going to do.
Yeah, it's fucked up.
So, like, you have to pretend to be seductive with your asparagus stalk, knowing that you're nervous because you're about to stab somebody in the chest with a paring knife.
Would you be nervous?
In the kitchen?
I guess.
I don't know if it was in the
Performance
kitchen.
anxiety.
Would you be nervous? I'd be nervous if I was about to kill somebody.
I feel like if you're at that point, though, you're like
Done.
ready.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Especially
it'd
if
be
you're
weirder if she wasn't nervous, if she was like all turned on and then she was just like, ha-ta!
It
That
was an
came out of
accident.
fucking nowhere.
Like, I thought you liked that kind of thing.
I thought we were all on the same page.
Yeah. Ugh.
I don't think it was, I don't know. Maybe it was getting into like cutting or some shit. You know how like people
Yeah,
have
but you
fetishes?
generally don't stab. But it is a paring knife. It's
like,
shorter.
you know you're not going to die.
Like he didn't,
Or
right?
will you?
Will he?
Oh, I'll tell you.
I guess you could perforate a lung with it.
You could do some damage. So she stabs him twice, and then she doesn't call 911, obviously. Like, she just lets him sit there and suffer.
Was he like, excuse me?
I don't know. There wasn't any really good... I mean, maybe I didn't dig far enough, but I didn't find anything that, like, explained, like, what the fuck was going on? Where did she stab him? Like, other than the chest? Or, like, how did this all go down? What was he doing? Was he just sitting there? Was he pleading? I have no idea.
Also, I'm gonna say, if I was blindfolded and handcuffed to a chair...
With a boner. He probably had a boner.
He probably had a boner.
Sorry, Paul.
A kitchen chair is what I'm guessing, right? Like a dining room chair.
She tied you to her kitchen chair. She broke your throne and she cut your hair. From your lips she drew the hallelujah.
I'm picturing a kitchen chair because they have all the, like, you know, whatever sections that you could attach a handcuff
right,
to.
the railings or whatever.
Yeah. But even...
The spindles.
So...
Yeah.
And you're handcuffed and you're all fucking excited and whatever. It's sexy and stuff.
So
I feel
sexy.
like you could still, like, stand up from that and the chair would just, like, flick back.
You just walk with that chair.
Yeah, and you'd be like, that's you moving the blindfold off.
I feel like you're just getting the hair out of your eyes with your shoulder.
That's what I'm doing, but you'd get the blindfold off.
Okay.
And then you'd be like, Sheila.
Ma'am?
What the fuck?
Did you just stab me?
You just stabbed me in the chest?
Jesus
like,
Christ.
Hands are still back there. But, like, I would no longer be sitting,
yeah,
you know?
You're standing. Maybe
I would stand up immediately.
Maybe she handcuffed his hands to, like, the bottom part of the chair. So, like, he didn't have that kind of range of motion. And he couldn't stand up because they were, like, under him. I don't know. I guess you're...
I feel like I'd still be like, right.
Sheila! Just walking around with the fucking chair.
Just hold it then.
I don't know the logistics, but he could not.
Okay.
He was not able to.
That is unfortunate.
And she was not calling 911. She was just hanging out there.
That's not nice.
And it sounded like she was, like, torturing him in a way, like, making it sound like
it sounds like it.
Well, I mean, okay, but further, because it sounded like she was, like, making it sound like she was calling 911 or faking to call 911, but she wasn't actually really calling 911. I don't know.
How fucked up is that?
That's
That's
so
psychological torture.
I know. That's what I was trying to say.
Oh, God.
Okay, she doesn't call 911 or anything, but eventually, I don't know if Paul or what happened, she eventually agrees to take him to the hospital. So she loads him up, takes him to the hospital. While they're there...
I swear I'll never put another wet towel on a bed. Like, can you just call 911?
Please, whatever you need from me. While they're there at the hospital, I don't know if they're in the parking lot or in the actual hospital. I would like to imagine they're in the parking lot or something. Homegirl stabs him again.
What?
Again.
So
Like,
she
she's not
drove
done.
him to the hospital.
Yeah.
She didn't, like...
She didn't call 911. She took him.
It's expensive. I get it.
Right?
But again?
Again. And so I don't...
She had to unhandcuff him, right?
I don't know. She had to.
Bring the chair. Like, how
She
how
had
else?
to have.
You
And
know,
then
you
been
can
like,
sit in the back.
Go inside and tell him you fell. Like,
Right?
Like, there had to have been something. I don't know any of that. I just know that she stabs him. He goes to the hospital. He does end up living. Okay.
Oh, my God.
So
okay.
he lives.
Jesus Christ.
And he's like, bitch, stab me. What the fuck?
Thrice.
Thrice on a Fortnite. We don't know what happens at the hospital, but she does get arrested the following day. Like, it's obvious.
The following day. He's
day.
like, she's outside. They're like, she's your emergency contact.
Honestly, we have to make sure that you're going to live first. I don't know.
What do you even charge her with?
Yeah.
Sex games crimes?
Yeah. What, did you want to be stabbed in the chest, Paul?
Look what you're wearing.
Nothing. Just a boner and a smile. God damn it. Poor Paul, man.
Never fully dressed with that.
I bet he's not playing that fucking game ever again.
Yeah.
There's no way.
Could you imagine?
He's like, lightning doesn't strike twice.
His new wife.
Oh my God.
Let's try something sexy, a blindfold. He's
you
like,
know?
I'll stab you, bitch.
You know, like, she's like, that's what I'm supposed to do.
Dang it.
Do you know how many times I would suggest that if I knew that my partner
had been stabbed
traumatized
previously?
by their ex?
Every night.
I'd be like, every time they thought I was going to do something angry or something, I'd be like, what, did you think I was going to stab you?
what was that, just a normal reaction?
Yeah.
Oh, I
what,
thought
did
you
think
meant
I was
like...
going to tie you to a chair and then stab you in the chest thrice on a Fortnite?
I thought you meant like every time they asked for sex, be like, okay, let me get the blindfold.
Yeah, exactly. I would do that shit all the time because I am not a healthy, kind person. So there was no denying that she was the one who was doing the stabbing. And so the following day, she gets charged with attempted murder, assault, and criminal possession of a weapon. Which made
Because it couldn't be in the car?
See, here's the part that I don't know.
Is it a criminal possession of a paring knife?
Yeah, like when does a paring knife become a criminal possession? If you
Well-
stab somebody, I'm sure.
It is a fixed blade knife,
Yeah.
and I believe that they can only be X amount long,
Okay.
you know? Where are they? New York?
Yeah. In like the 2003s.
I actually don't think they have any laws about it. Like, I'm pretty sure you can do whatever the
Honestly.
fuck you want in
Yeah.
New York. I think it's just California that's like, and like Washington or
I
something.
don't know. I don't know the knife laws, but anyway,
I don't know the knife laws.
she was criminally possessing that paring knife. And it just said a weapon, so I'm just speculating. Unless they arrested her and she had a fucking gun on her or some shit. And that wasn't her gun. And they were like, what are you, a criminal possessing this thing? Get out of here.
Well, she is now, you know?
Yeah, I
They're
know.
like,
But
well,
she's like,
a criminal.
I wasn't a criminal when I was possessing it. You made me a criminal now.
Maybe you have to have like a potato if you're going to have a paring knife, you know? Like you got to carry both. Like
Could
if you're
you
going to carry a
imagine?
baseball bat, you also have to carry a glove and
Yeah.
a ball or whatever.
Yeah.
It's like the same thing. They're like, you have a paring
You have
knife.
to be eating an apple with that.
Do you have a potato nearby?
Yeah.
Or something to slice, you know?
Yeah. Like, it's just like, yep, this fucking sling of bologna.
Yeah.
Just carving it out on the front porch.
Yeah. So
She
she's
gets charged, right?
Criminal parer.
Yeah. Criminal possession of a weapon and attempted murder and assault.
Mhm.
As the police start to investigate the motive behind Sheila's stabbing, because they're like, well, what the fuck? Why'd you stab Paul? That was kind of crazy. Like, you guys were just getting into it, and then out of
Yeah.
nowhere, shakang.
I thought it was consensual.
Yeah. Well, they uncovered that it turns out that Sheila was having an affair on Paul.
You know, cheater's gonna cheat.
Yeah, I know. Tay. It was a little delayed Tay, but I know Tay.
Mm-hmm.
As Taylor Swift once said.
From the wise words of our Lord and Savior Taylor Swift, cheater's gonna cheat.
And a hater's gonna hate.
Mm-hmm. Also, player's gonna play.
I'm just gonna shake. So, now that we got that established. Okay, so she was having an affair on Paul with a fellow coworker at Purdue Pharma,
Mm-hmm.
and that was a man by the name of Nelson Sessler.
Okay. And is he like, well, thank God this one's out of the way. I'm gonna take my shot.
I think Nelson was like, whoa!
That was a lot. That
This
was intense.
escalated real quick.
Why did she stab him though? Just because you're having an affair?
Mm.
Like, are you? Come on.
Mm.
Also,
So,
it was the worst plan.
it wasn't a very good one.
A terrible plan.
I mean, she got caught literally
Immediately.
while it happened. Yeah.
It was still happening.
Yeah,
She's
she-
like, I don't know. He
She
started
just
dying.
Reoffended and like
Yeah.
stabbed him again. Like,
That was your plan, wasn't it?
God, I don't know. So, phone records showed that after she had stabbed Paul while she was like refusing 911 or whatever to him, she called Nelson on the phone and invited him over to dinner that night. Was like, hey man, do you want to come over and hang out?
I'm going to be free in a couple hours.
Yeah, I just gotta get rid of this body real quick. Like, ignore the gurgling man in the background.
Was he like yelling? Did he know?
I don't know. No, I don't think
Did she
so.
go in
no,
the
no,
bedroom?
Nelson didn't know.
No, Nelson didn't know. But
Nelson
did
didn't know.
fucking Paul know?
I don't know.
That's crazy.
That's fucking crazy. I don't think he did, but I could be wrong. Could be wrong.
Also, a way to find out your wife is cheating.
Yeah, after getting stabbed.
Like, what the fuck? What the fuck?
Yeah, like in front of me.
Yeah.
Jesus, this is the worst day ever.
Worst day ever. Thought it was going to be the best.
Yeah.
Ended up being the worst.
Started out strong.
Yeah.
What a big old switcheroo that was. What's even more interesting about Nelson's name popping up in the investigation is that a few months prior to the attack on Paul, on November 8th, 2002, a 32-year-old woman by the name of Lisa Raymundo was found murdered in her Stamford, Connecticut home.
Mm-hmm.
She was found in the front entrance of her waterfront condo home, and it was clear that there had been a violent struggle.
Oh, God.
She had been bludgeoned over the head several times and stabbed in the face, neck, and chest 9 times. And the deepest stab wound punctured her lung and like went to the back of it. So it was a very aggressive attack.
That's not a paring knife. That's
No.
a much longer
That was
knife.
like that one. No,
That's
that
like
one
a
did
whole
some-
knife.
Yeah, it did. It was a big ass knife. Well, I don't know if it was a big ass knife. I'm
But it's
assuming.
bigger than a paring knife.
Right. Her murder had been a chaotic and messy struggle, so there was like fucking evidence.
Mm-hmm.
It just so happens that Lisa also worked at Purdue Pharma and happened to be a romantic interest in Nelson's life at the time of her murder.
Now, I'm wondering.
Yeah. What are you wondering, Erin?
I'm wondering, did she take on this extracurricular knocking out the people in the way, or did she somehow find someone with the same proclivities? You know?
Listen on. Heed my warnings.
All right, I
will
will
tell you all.
All right.
All right. Okay, so it turns out Nelson and Sheila had a bit of an affair in 2001.
A year ago?
A year prior to Anna's murder.
Okay.
And 2 years, well, like a year and some change or whatever, prior to Paul's stabbing.
So she was murdered like a year before Paul was stabbed?
It was a couple months.
Oh, okay.
It was in November of 2002.
The year before.
Yeah. The year before. Yeah. Okay, so
that's
crazy. They were dating in 2001. But she was having an affair. Like,
yeah,
they weren't married to Paul.
On the down low.
And Bone and Nelson.
Yeah.
Nelson the whole time thought that she and Paul were separated. He didn't know that they were still together.
Oh.
Yeah. So
scandalous.
So he doesn't know that he's part of an affair or a love triangle or anything, Nelson. He's just dating this chick.
Yeah.
So they were dating in 2001, and then Nelson started to see Annalisa. It's his two names. I don't know if that's just her middle name or if they called her Annalisa. So I'm just calling her Annalisa because it's fun. It's easy. So, but I did just write Anna here, and that's why I got confused.
I thought you were just making it clear that there was a space, like Anna, Lisa.
I guess I did in a long-ass winded way. Annalisa comes into the picture, and Nelson and Annalisa start dating more seriously. And then Nelson says to Sheila basically like, hey, we're not a thing anymore. I'm more focused on Annalisa. I don't know if he like sits her down and says it, but essentially he's like, I'm with Annalisa now. And Sheila gets pushed to the side.
Kick rocks, ho.
Kick rocks, ho. At the time, I mean, then obviously Annalisa goes murdered. Goes and gets murdered.
What does she do?
Yeah, Jesus
Victim
Christ.
blaming?
God. No.
She goes and answers her fucking door.
Fucking gets murdered. No. So with Nelson and Annalisa together, Sheila became extremely jealous. And at the time of the investigation into Annalisa's murder, but prior to Paul being stabbed, Sheila was actually a prime suspect in Anna's murder because, like, it kept coming up, like, oh, Sheila and Nelson had a fling or whatever, and Annalisa is going missing, and...
Did she not explain any of this to Paul? Why are you a main suspect in this investigation?
God. I have no idea why Paul was not, if he was aware or not aware. Because, okay, here's the thing. She never got arrested or anything for Annalisa's murder because they didn't have any physical evidence. They only had, like, the rumors that she was involved in an affair with Nelson. And she was a prime suspect because she had a motive, right? But they didn't have any actual physical evidence in the crime scene. I guess there was, like, DNA or something that was recovered. But I don't know why it wasn't compared to her. I don't know what the fuck was going on. But at the time that Paul was stabbed, a few months after Annalisa's murder, she still had not been apprehended or anything for Annalisa's murder.
Okay.
Now, to answer your question, did Sheila tell Paul about all of this? I don't know if he knew about he knew about the murder, but I don't know if he knew she was a suspect. But Sheila told Paul everything that was going on, but she told him as if there were 3 different people in a love triangle at her work. So she would come home talking the gossip about, like, the work love triangle. But Paul had no idea that he was a person in that love triangle. So she would, like, give them different names. I don't remember all the names she gave or whatever, but she had, like, a fake story. But then she was talking to him about Annalisa, and he was asking about, like, what's going on with that girl's murder or whatever. But I don't think that he had tied together that she was a main suspect or anything.
Oh my God, how scary.
I know. They hadn't apprehended her, right? The attempted murder of Paul only further proved the speculation that Sheila was trying to kill everyone in her way of her being with Nelson. And so, of course, when they go to trial, the first trial that they go to is for Paul's trial. So when they're going there, this is attempted murder. And they're bringing up the Annalisa stuff just as, like, a character kind of thing. Like, hey, look, she's a prime suspect in this, and it actually fits her motive pretty well for what she did to Paul here. But it's not to convict her or, like, we're not trying to convince anybody of murder here. We're just trying to convince you that she did
stab Paul.
Yeah. And look, here's a pretty good motive, right?
Yeah. Of
course, her defense argued that she had nothing to do with Anna's murder, and that she was emotionally troubled and she never meant to actually hurt her husband. I don't know what her fucking reason was for stabbing him, but she's just like, no, you guys got it all wrong.
I was just in the heat of the moment.
You just don't understand me.
It was just passion.
Exactly.
Coming through my knife. Coming through my knife 3 times.
He had it coming. So February 19th, 2004, Sheila gets convicted of attempted murder of Paul in a non-jury trial, and she's given 25 years.
Okay.
It wasn't until 2012 that Sheila gets brought to trial for the murder of Annalisa finally.
Wow.
I know. So it's like 10 years after her murder or something, she finally goes to trial.
Oh my gosh.
This time, Sheila opted for a jury trial. However, she also opted to represent herself.
Oh, fun. Those are the best.
During her trial, she brought Paul up for questioning on the witness stand.
Why?
I don't fucking know.
I mean,
who
hasn't wanted to, you know? Like, you're under oath, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Did you or did you not
She did
leave your socks on the floor?
She did make him try to answer, like, did he love her or something? Or did he find the sex game enjoyable before she stabbed or something? And he explained that it felt more like he was just appeasing her or something like that. But not that he was, like, actually that
turned on by it.
Yeah, it sounds kind of like maybe he knew their relationship was kind of on the outs or something.
Yeah.
But, like, he didn't know that
he was gonna stab her.
That he was part of a love triangle.
Yeah,
I think he just thought she was cheating.
And maybe like, oh, she wants to spice it up. Maybe this is what she's into.
Right. And like, okay, let's try this or whatever. Anyway, so she questions
But
him.
also, I would say that too. You know?
Yeah, I know,
like,
right?
yeah, I thought it fucking sucked. I was just doing it for you. You know?
Even if I'm under oath, like what? Who's gonna know?
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, big guy.
Yeah, right. The man upstairs.
Yeah, he knows if I had a boner or not.
Yeah, I don't. Like, who do I put my hand on the Bible to? You know, I don't believe in anything.
It's your word, motherfucker, and you have to care about that.
But then at that point, they're just being like, "You promise."
I know.
Okay, I
That's
promise.
why it's my favorite.
Yeah,
that's
it's
why
dumb.
I'm saying it's your word. I'm joking.
Yeah, yeah.
Like you can literally do.
I don't.
And we all just pretend that doesn't happen. We're all just like, no, you have to tell the truth. Do you know what perjury is?
Well, but he was under oath.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, you're aware what perjury is. That's what everybody says after that. And you're just like, yeah.
Is it that I'm lying? No, when you lie?
Exactly. Okay. Yeah. So she's like, whatever, blah. Did you like it? And then asked him to like show his scars on his chest from the stabbing.
I feel like she just wanted to see him.
Right. And then allegedly she gets kind of emotional and starts to cry, and they had to like break for recess because she should not be allowed. Like, I don't know why this was allowed.
Yeah.
That she was questioning him and all this stuff. Like, that feels like
traumatizing.
Victim.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, shouldn't we be protecting that man? Or maybe he was just like, I don't fucking care. Let her question me. Let's see this goddamn circus. I don't know.
But could you imagine if a dude stabbed a chick and then she went up there and he's like, let me see your scars. But did you like
lift
it?
up your shirt.
This is like harassment.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And they let it fucking happen. And she
I would have objected from the fucking witness stand.
Yeah.
Like, objection. I don't want to show her my nipples again. She doesn't get to see those.
Sustained.
I mean, you just got to phrase it the right way. And they'd be like, yeah, she doesn't get to see those.
Overruled.
Now let's see them.
Those.
Pop that top off, baby.
I knew you were going to say that. Oh my God. Okay. So later when they had to like come back from recess or whatever, I guess she like laughed off her tears. I don't know if somebody asked her if like she was questioned or if she was just like, ignore my emotions earlier. And then she said something like, I seem to have the John Boner affliction. Boner affliction or some shit.
It's probably boner.
Oh, it's got to be boner. It's spelled like boner. But like with an H, you know?
Oh, yeah. It's bone hair.
Yeah, exactly. But we all know it's boner. Mm-hmm. And I had to Google who the fuck that was because I was like, why is that an affliction? And it turns out that that's just a U.S. politician, a.k.a. he used to be the House of Representatives Speaker or some shit like that, Speaker of the House of Representatives. Whatever that title is, where I guess we all were like, that man can talk for all of us. Mm-hmm. We vote him in to go vote for other shit. Yeah, he represents me. I don't fucking know.
What about him?
I'm going to tell you.
Oh, okay.
I guess this guy occasionally gets emotional
and cries on the stand, and she's like,
I got that. I don't know. I guess that's what he's known for, being a crybaby. Sorry if that's not right. I literally had to like do a quick Google.
Being
and
a crybaby.
It popped up like the fucking American politician representative, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, who the fuck is this motherfucker with the last name Boner? And then I was like, everybody's going to know who this is. And I'm going to sound like an idiot. So I'm really glad you don't know who this is.
I have no idea who this is. I don't pay any attention to politics.
Fuck me either. Okay, so She just had an emotional moment, right? I guess, this little boner dude.
Yeah, she's just being a crybaby boner.
Right. Anyway, so during the trial, the prosecution brings up that there was Sheila's DNA evidence in Anna's home and within the crime scene.
Really?
Yeah, I guess later, now that it's fucking 10 years later and they're going to trial for this, they actually have DNA evidence.
They had DNA then, too, didn't they?
I don't know.
Like,
yeah, early 2000s.
You could just fucking test that shit. But I guess she probably wasn't in the system.
Maybe not. Yeah, maybe they didn't have her DNA yet and they didn't have enough to fucking collect it. I don't know, because I feel like you have enough to collect it. Again, I'm not really quite sure what was going on. It was only a couple months into the investigation, but I feel like it was pretty easy to solve.
Yeah,
you know, for Lisa's murder.
You got like a whole ass motive.
Right. But this is hindsight. Okay, so they find her blood on the bathroom sink handle as if she was like washing herself up after the murder. And also, after she killed Annalisa, Sheila called 911 from a local fast food restaurant to lure the police to her home to find Annalisa. And so they had her voice recorded on the call. And they played all of this in trial.
Oh my God.
And
she's like, no, that's not me.
Yeah. Yeah, she's like, nah, I mean, people say that everybody sounds alike. Like, she compared Frank Sinatra and somebody else. Like, she said they sound alike, but, like, it could be anybody. Her fucking representing herself was not a great idea.
Yeah.
So on the call, she says, like on the 911 call, she says that she witnessed Annalisa being attacked by a man in Annalisa's complex. So I don't know if she was saying that she saw it happening inside of the apartment because that's where she was found, or her condo, or whatever you want to call it. Or if she was like, I just saw her being attacked, you might want to go check on her.
I don't know. I saw some shit. I didn't have time to stay.
Right. But they did go check on her and they found her immediately. Like she had freshly been murdered.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Oh my God. It's so. This lady, the Sheila chick.
How was she the prime suspect? And they were like, we have this 911 call. It matches her fucking voice. Like,
I don't know. I have so many questions. Or if they were just dragging their feet. Like there wasn't a big push to solve it.
They didn't ask for her DNA if they had DNA. And they were just
maybe they hadn't processed the DNA yet, so they didn't know yet. I don't know how long this fucking takes to go through every little droplet, you know? Maybe it takes time.
Yeah, I'm sure it does, but like they got to clear out the space too, so it can only take a couple of weeks.
I don't know, man. You'd think that there'd be a little more like
not
swiftness because old Paul could have gotten not stabbed.
Yeah, he could have less holes in his body.
Right? So, voice recognition experts use some sort of software or some shit, and they said that that was for sure Sheila who made the call. Sheila took the stand and argued that voice recognition software is only like 68% reliable or some shit like that. I don't know where she got that number from. I don't know fucking anything about voice recognition. But the jury themselves said that they didn't really feel that they could
believe her.
No, they couldn't believe the like voice recognition software or whatever. Like I don't know if they just didn't do a good job at explaining if it was reliable or not, but the jury was kind of iffy on that. But then one of the jurors said that they literally all just used their own ears, and they were like, for sure, that's her.
Yeah, that's what I would think.
Yeah. So
like
it wasn't even that big of a deal.
Says that it's the same, I guess.
Yeah, like it wasn't that big. Okay.
I just know it is the way that it is because of the way that it is.
Right? That I have those ears.
Yeah.
And I can hear that it's her. She also argued that the sink handle with her DNA on it was the only thing with her blood on it, and that if she had murdered Annalisa with such a struggle, her blood would have been all over the house, and that she speculates that the blood was put on that handle after it had been collected from the crime scene. I mean, I'm paraphrasing a bunch, but basically, she doesn't really say those words. She's like, it showed up after, or it only showed up after fucking data was collected or the evidence had been brought in or some shit like that. But I mean, like, that's how DNA works. You can't, like, process it on the scene, so I don't really
You didn't even know it was me until you figured out it was me.
Right, exactly. So, like, I don't know if she's trying to speculate that somebody's framing her or some dumb shit, but whatever.
Maybe, like, it wasn't there in the original stuff.
Yeah, but she legit never once tried to claim that she wasn't at the crime scene or produce an alibi or anything.
Well, she's under oath, so
you can't lie.
You can't lie.
No way. And then also
avoided the question.
Yeah, just like skirt by that one. Also, her company, the fucking Purdue Pharmaceutical, whatever, they confirmed that on the day of Annalisa's murder that Sheila clocked out for 2 hours and then clocked back in. And her office building was in the same town that Annalisa lived in. So, homie, she fucking killed her. Like, there's no question.
Yeah.
It's, like, obvious what had happened here.
Oh my God.
So
Did you clock out for it? Just kind of go missing for a long lunch,
this
bro.
What I'm saying, this girl is terrible at this. She literally stabbed Paul twice, brought him to the hospital, and stabbed him again. Like, well, let's come up with a game plan here. You're kind of all over the place, my friend.
Well, and calling the police immediately after murdering someone. Like, what did you think? She was just never going to be found?
Yeah,
like, how will
let
they
that shit
know?
happen naturally. Keep your name out their mouths or whatever, you know?
Like, just let it go.
I mean, I'm glad she didn't, but still, I'm just like...
It's like she knows what's right.
Yeah.
Like, if someone gets murdered, you have to call the cops. Or if someone gets stabbed, you have to take them to the hospital.
Yeah.
But then she's like, oh, fuck, but that's not what I was trying to do here. I don't know, stab him again. Like...
Yeah, I don't know. But then the whole time through all these trials, she doesn't show any remorse or anything. So, like,
She wanted to see the scars.
Right? Like, I don't think that she has that mental capacity to be like, oh, fuck. I'm not supposed to do that, though.
Oh, my God. And to say, like, I didn't try to kill him. Like, what did you think was going to happen?
Yeah.
You're stabbing a person.
But she claims it's her mental health, which I don't know what her mental health was at.
Okay.
But, I mean, anybody can
I wish
say
it
that.
was like a battery. Like, it was at 90%.
I know,
you
right? Like, you put a mental health meter on them.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, no, this one's bad. You
Yeah.
gotta go recharge, my friend.
You're only at 20%. You can't be in society right now.
We can't have you out and about.
You're
Not
going to
like
go
that.
stabbing
What
people.
if you die?
Yeah. Like 30 and up is the only acceptable.
Yeah, then we'll allow it.
Yeah.
Paul and Nelson both took the stand in Annalisa's murder trial, and they painted a picture where Sheila was basically obsessed with Nelson and even proceeded to send him love letters after her arrest for stabbing Paul. I guess she started sending Nelson love letters. And they explained that she rekindled her affair with Nelson after Annalisa's death. And she was there to console Nelson after Annalisa died. So, like, Nelson was infatuated with Annalisa, or I don't know about infatuated, but they were together.
Yeah,
right?
they were a couple. And then he's grieving, and then she helped him through the grieving process.
And she's the one who fucking killed her.
That's so creepy.
That is creepy.
Do you think Paul and Nelson are friends?
Oh my God, they gotta be at that
You're
point. Like Eskimo brothers to the max,
Yeah.
you know? Like,
Yeah.
Oh
like,
my
we
God.
both fucking narrowly dodged that
We
one,
both
you know?
dipped our shit in
Yeah.
nuts.
And that dipped our shit in nuts. That's funny. The first husband, too. I don't remember his name, but I would have been Fareed.
Yeah.
I would have been in the trial place.
Yeah.
I would have been in the fucking courtroom every day.
Oh,
like,
yeah,
let's
like
see
just
how this plays
as
out.
a bystander watching
Yeah.
it. Oh,
I'd be
yeah.
front
for
row.
sure. I
I want to be
wonder.
a front stander.
Yeah, I don't want to be on the by.
Yeah.
Oh my God. So Nelson and Sheila start to date again after Annalisa's murder. So Sheila gets what she wants out of the murder. She would tell Paul that he had to leave their home for the weekend for Sheila's mentally ill brother to come visit. So Sheila would tell Paul that her mentally ill brother could not know that she's married. I don't know why. I have no idea why.
He'll lose his fucking
He's
shit.
just gonna fucking tear this goddamn apartment apart if he finds out I'm fucking married. I don't know. But he would come visit pretty often, and when he did, Paul would have to leave the house, and Sheila would, like, erase any kind of, like, information that showed that he lived there, like any wedding pictures or any pictures of him or any shoes or socks or clothes or whatever. She would, like, clean the goddamn condo so that it didn't look like a man lived there.
Could you imagine the fucking confidence?
The work it would take to do that?
And audacity
Oh, my God.
to be like, I'm gonna clean the apartment and pretend that you don't live here while you're here because I'm gonna cheat on you.
Oh, yeah, I know. But she was telling him, my mentally ill brother can't know this. Yeah,
Yeah,
100%
but, like-
was to cheat on.
But
And then she would call Nelson up and be like, hey, let's hook up over the weekend. And he'd hang out all weekend long, not knowing that her and Paul were still to fucking married. I almost said
still
together.
to fucking married.
Still to fucking married.
That's crazy.
Not
well,
even together.
was
Still fucking
Paul
married.
was Paul Iranian?
I have no idea. I have no idea what Paul was. Would it matter?
Well, maybe if like she was super religious or something, and then her brother, like in her story, you know, like the brother, you didn't marry into the religion, so then you're
That might make sense.
like not whatever.
right.
He's not worthy for you or
It
whatever
actually
it
makes
is.
a lot more sense than I was just like, that's a weird fucking story.
It's a weird relationship with your brother.
Even if he is mentally ill, I'd be like, all right, bro.
Yeah, no, I could see it being like a,
That makes sense.
like maybe he hadn't met the family and stuff because she's
Yeah.
like, they're gonna hate you because you're white or
yeah.
whatever.
Yeah, I don't really know. Could be. I imagine Nelson and Paul are both pretty white, but I'm just guessing.
They sound.
Yeah, I should have Googled everybody. I can't believe I haven't looked up any pictures in this case.
Oh man.
What am I doing?
Yeah.
Okay, so she would wipe the house of any sign of Paul, invite Nelson over, and then they would get down.
That's so fucked up. I'm just imagining, like, when Paul gets home, from that weekend, and it smells different because someone else has been in your house.
Oh, my God, and that's just the smell of his dick?
Yeah.
Just wafting that thing around here?
Yeah, I don't know. And he's
acting like he owns this goddamn place. There's another dick that lives here.
God damn it. My dick owns this place. I don't know.
I need my dick air out here.
You would just think that it's like, it was your brother, but it wasn't.
Oh, that was Nelson's dick air.
It's that wet spot on the couch.
No!
Like, I don't know. Her brother spilled something.
Winky dinky. That's gross. That's so gross. So, like, poor Paul, right?
Yeah. Yeah, poor Paul.
So now, like I had mentioned, Sheila would talk to Paul about this love triangle that he was in and just use different names, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, at one point, Paul obviously is invested in the love triangle. And you know how you ask, like, how's it going? Whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Well, at one point, Paul asked Sheila about Annalisa's murder. Like, because I think Annalisa was part of the love triangle or some shit like that. And, like, that she had explained to Paul. So Paul knew about Annalisa and then knew that she got murdered. So he, like, kept asking about it. And it's speculated that Sheila felt like Paul might be a loose end if he ever found out about Nelson. Like, because if Paul finds out that Sheila and Nelson are having an affair, then
he's going to put it together pretty quick.
Instantly going to know.
You've told him everything.
Yeah. Like, she's going to... Exactly.
Like, thinly veiled everything.
Exactly. And so she's like, ooh, I got to get rid of Paul. So that's... The prosecution speculates that is the reason that she stabbed Paul. Instead of just breaking it off or whatever, is that he knew too much. Although he didn't know that he knew too much. He had no fucking idea till he got stabbed.
Yeah, but then even then, like, she just did this brutal murder on Annalisa. Like, how did she not commit with Paul, Yeah,
I don't know. But I guess also she had, like, after the murder with Annalisa, she had, like, banged up knuckles and scratches and stuff because it was such a big altercation.
Mm-hmm.
But for some reason, like, Nelson never put it together or anything. Like, she was there consoling him. And then later, Nelson ends up wearing a wire to, like, try to trap her or whatever. And she never confesses on the wire. She just says shit like, if I told you, it would make my life really difficult or something. Because he's like, I really want to know, like, what happened and, like, what led to these events. I really need to know everything. And she's like, if I told you all of the truth, then it would make my life harder. So she's not like,
I'd have to stab you too.
Yeah. It's not like, oh, I didn't do it. She's just like, I can't give you those answers because it'll make it hard for me, even though I want to, because I love you and your dick air in my apartment.
Ugh.
That's why she stabbed Paul, is the speculation.
Nelson doesn't even know how close he came to being another loose end.
Dude, what the fuck? The jury did come back and find her guilty of the murder of Annalisa, and she was sentenced to 50 years in prison to be served after she completed her sentence for the attempted murder of Paul.
Okay.
So her prison sentence ends in 2079 when she will be 110 years old.
Oh, okay.
And she is serving time at the Bedford Hills Correctional Facility for Women in Bedford, New York, in case anybody is wondering.
Wow.
Fucking...
is crazy. That's crazy.
Literally. Like, what the fuck?
But, like...
Sorry that was so choppy. I feel so bad.
No, you're doing great.
I literally researched it right before this. So.
I feel like you crushed it.
Hey,
and
thanks.
That's insane. I can't imagine I don't know. It's confidence to me. Like, she's just like, I'm gonna
do this.
I'll take care of this.
I'll just get rid of her. What's crazy is, like, she was at work that morning too, and she's like, I'm just gonna go clock out to go fucking.
What's crazier is she went back to work.
I know.
If I go to get lunch and realize I have to get gas, do you know how hard it is to go back to work? Like, come on.
I know, right? It's like a long lunch there, my friend.
That's crazy.
Well, and if she had just gotten into an altercation. Oh, and then also
she's out of fucking breath and stuff. Like, right. Yeah, let me go to the bathroom and clean up real quick.
Paul did mention, though, that she had been extra depressed recently. And so that was, like, a point of contention in their marriage and stuff, is that, like, he noticed that her mental health was declining. And I don't know if she had a hankering for this or if this happened occasionally or whatever and he knew about this or if this was a one-time thing. But he did mention that her mental health was declining. And it turns out that it started to decline the day after she murdered Annalisa. So, I mean, that
would have kind of an effect, I guess.
On your mental health.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Maybe. it would have an effect
Maybe.
on you.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So she killed her because she was jealous.
And then
And
got
then she was
sad
like-
about it.
Yeah. And then she was like, oh no, I have to get rid of Paul because I've told him everything. I can't just go be with Nelson because then he'll know.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's insane.
It is.
Yeah, you can't just go be with Nelson because,
Yeah, fucking cat's out of the bag, my friend.
oh God. Unless you're going to wait like years and years and then be like, oh, that was forever.
You know what's
ago.
dumb though is she killed somebody and didn't even get the person that she was like literally doing that for.
They
Like,
never do.
You never do. Don't do it.
Yeah.
Never.
Yeah.
Except for that one case we told recently where they literally did and they ran away and they were living their whole life and they got away with it.
Yeah. But then she got sentenced to something.
They did serve some time, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's the only time though. And if it's different now,
It's so different. Don't do it.
don't kill people.
Mm-mm.
That's my story and I'm sticking to it.
I love it. So if you guys want to check out pictures pertaining to this case, go to our social media. We're on Instagram, TikTok, X, Facebook. We have a Facebook group called the Goddamn Pod Group. You guys should come join, hang out with us. You should also subscribe, rate, and review us on any of your listening devices that you use to listen to your podcast so that other people can find us, so that we get more stars, because that is the currency in podcast land. You can email us at isgdpodcast@gmail.com or snail mail us at
P.O. Box 2764, Spring Valley, California, 91197.
9. And you guys are awesome, and I hope you know that.
I hope you do too.
Happy fucking St. Patrick's Day, which is a while away, but that's the only, it's March now,
Yeah.
motherfuckers.
Baby girl keeps coming up to me and going, are there mustaches on my face? And he'll go, no. And she'll go, okay.
She afraid a leprechaun will draw one on when she's sleeping or some shit?
Yeah, they did at daycare last year.
Oh my God.
And she knows that St. Patrick's Day is coming up. And she was like, what's that? And I was like, it's where the leprechauns come out. And she was like,
The ones that drew mustaches on me?
are there mustaches on my face?
Oh my God, I want to do that to my kid.
Yeah, I
My
realized. I
kid
think
was
it's
like,
on a
what the fuck's a
Sunday."
leprechaun? I was like, God damn it, I'm not doing it right.
We did like leprechaun traps and stuff last year.
They have them at Target right now in like the dollar bin. That's literally what my kid was looking at when he was like,
Oh.
what's a leprechaun trap? And I was like, to trap a leprechaun? I never did any of this shit growing up.
I should get that. I didn't either. My
Yeah.
parents were like,
Yeah.
and you're Irish. Deal with it.
Eat a fucking potato.
Be fucking sad.
Yeah.
Wear a wool sweater.
Be an alcoholic, goddammit. Fight
Yeah.
everybody.
And I was like, okay.
You got it. Yeah, no, he was like, what's a leprechaun trap? And I'm like, like the leprechauns? And then I didn't know what else to say. I'm like, the ones that have pots of golds at the end of rainbows?
You know, the little guys with the orange beards. And
I have
the
fucking no
top
idea what the
hats.
purpose of a leprechaun is. other
green
than,
top
like,
hats.
tomfoolery.
That is their purpose, is mischief.
Yeah, that's it. I don't know. I didn't know what to say. And then I just kept pushing the cart. And he was like, oh,
Keep up.
yeah. Fucking figure it out, bro. I don't know. St. Patrick's Day. You wear green. That's all I
Life's
got.
a moving.
Yeah, you get a chocolate coin if you're lucky.
Oh, God.
I never got shit for St. Patty's.
Yeah.
I just wore green so I didn't get pinched.
Yeah.
Anyway.
We wore green. And then my mom would just be like, you're Irish. You don't have to wear green. And then if you didn't, she'd pinch you. And if you did, she'd pinch you. It didn't fucking matter. It was
That's
just a
true.
pinchy holiday.
It is a pinchy holiday.
Yeah.
What a weird tradition.
It was weird.
Enjoy your weird tradition, guys.
Bye.
I can't hear myself. It's weird. Bye.